José Fernández was joy personified. The world stopped for a moment when the news broke early Sunday morning that Miami Marlins ace José Fernández had passed away in a boating accident. Shock and heartache don't suffice on their own to describe how the baseball community felt upon hearing the news. José Fernández was everything you could want in a baseball player. Anyone watching José pitch could tell immediately that he loved nothing more than being on the mound. He played with emotion, he competed on every pitch, and he always did it with an electric smile. José Fernández was joy personified. And, boy, was he good at what he did. There have been very few pitchers in my lifetime who have been as fun to watch as José was. His fastball jumped out of his hand with life, his curveball dropped through a trapdoor, and he never surrendered. José was everything you could want in a major league pitcher. But he was more than that. José was everything you could want in a person. Born in Santa Clara, Cuba, José grew up on the same street as St. Louis Cardinals shortstop Aledmys Diaz. José's stepfather successfully defected to Tampa, Florida in 2005, and soon raised enough money for José and his mother to attempt to defect as well. But José failed to defect 3 times. And each of those failed defections ended in prison time. He was locked up with men who had committed much worse crimes than attempting to flee an oppressive regime. And José once told of how inmates would regularly kill each other while in prison. But José never gave in. He pressed on. Finally, on the 4th attempt, he was able to flee to Mexico. On the journey there, one of the moments that truly defined José Fernández, the human being, took place. On the boat to Mexico, José heard a voice yelling that someone had fallen overboard into the turbulent waters. Without hesitating, José jumped into the water to rescue the person from drowning, risking his own life in the process. Only after he had saved the drowning person did he realize that the life he had saved was his mother's. I'll never know for sure what exactly José Fernández meant to the people of South Florida or to his fellow Cubans. But just from reading the reactions online to his death, and seeing the reaction of players around the league, you can tell that he had a tremendous impact on everyone he met and every fan lucky enough to see him play. Dan Labatar, the son of Cuban immigrants, said that watching José Fernández play felt like freedom. Fellow Cubans Yoenis Cespedes and Yasiel Puig hung jerseys with José's name on them in their respective dugouts before their games Sunday. There are images online of the team's overwhelming grief, of the tributes to José in the stadium and around Miami, and of the anguish the people of South Florida are feeling right now in the wake of this tragic death. The legacy of José Fernández will never be as fulfilled as we hoped it would be. José was on the verge of becoming one of the greatest pitchers of his generation and possibly of all time. Part of the tragedy that occurred in the early morning of September 25, 2016, is that we will never get to see him reach his full potential as one of the greatest of all time. But this loss is about so much more than baseball. It's about the tragic loss of a young man who embodied passion and happiness, who tried to get every bit of joy out of each day, who directly or indirectly had a positive impact on the lives of everyone he touched. That's the message that José would want us to salvage from the immense amount of grief we are now experiencing. That is the meaning he would want us to take from the void now left in the world by his absence. Live life happy, and try to leave the world a better place than you found it. Thank you, José, for showing us all what it means to truly enjoy life. You will be missed more than you could ever know.